Good morning. I am Avasar sir. I am teaching economics in Sadhguru Karge Maharaj College, Karad. Students, last lecture we discussed about total utility and marginality. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss one important laws of economics, that is law of diminishing marginality. In my last lecture I explained that why this law is important. Okay. It is my focus that in this lecture I am going to complete this law, or at least assumptions and what is mean, what is the importance of this law. Okay. So first I will write about the law of diminishing marginality. Law of diminishing marginality. Okay. Now see, this law was first proposed by Gaussen, Professor Gaussen, but later it was detailed discussed by Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall in his famous book, that is Principles of Economics. Principles of Economics. Principles of Economics. It's a very famous book which was published in 1890. First, that is discussed by Professor Gaussen, and after that it is detailed discussed by Alfred Marshall, well-known economist, professor, that is Principles of Economics, that is published in 1890. Okay. In this law, what we are going to observe here, the main point is that is about the behavior that utility derived from diminishes with the reduction in the intensity of want. As long as we are going to take some, for example, suppose if you are going to take one glass of water, second glass of water, third glass of water. If you are thirsty, definitely you can take third, one glass, two glass, three glass. But after that, you will think that now I am satisfied. I am not going to drink any one glass. That is, it goes on decreasing, diminishes. Okay, as your satisfaction is going to increase. This law is going to tell us all these things. Law of diminishing marginality. This law is very important for your 12th examination. You see one question in your question paper. So prepare this point, prepare this law very seriously. Okay. Now what is the statement of this law? I am going to write about the statement of this law. See carefully. See the statement. I am going to write the statement. Other things being equal, or you can write other things remaining constant, comma, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in stock, increase in stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock, increase in the stock in the stock that he already has. That he already has. Now see, carefully observe each and every point. What is the statement of law? Other things remaining constant. In my last lecture, I mentioned that other things, that the taste of consumer should not be changed. Taste of consumer should not, again the demand for should not be changed. Color should not be changed. Size should not be changed. Each and everything, habits should not be changed. Each and everything should be remain constant. Other things remaining constant. These things keeping constant. What is important? The additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock. Additional, this word is very important. The additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing diminishes, comes down, diminishes within every increase in the stock that he already has. The stock which is present, every increase in the stock that he already has. Okay. Now see, I will give you an example. Okay. Suppose if you are very thirsty. Now suppose that there is a month of May. In the month of May, you know that it's very hot season is there. Suppose the month of May is there, okay, and you are in Rajasthan, very hot conditions are there. And suppose at the time of 12, suppose if you are very thirsty, suppose if I give you one glass of water, within few seconds you will complete or you will drink that one glass of water. Again you will ask for second glass of water. Again you will ask for third glass of water. One glass of water, second glass of water, third glass of water. But after that you feel that now capacity is over. Now I am very satisfied. There is no thirst for me. So I will stop after one glass of water, second glass of water, after third glass of water. I will stop. Okay, I don't need water. You will say that. The stock is increased. That is which a person derives from a given increase in his stock, a thing diminishes. But after that, suppose you take 3 glasses of water. Because you are thirsty, first glass water. How you feel for taking first glass? You feel very satisfied. Second glass, intensity should not be there. Again third glass, you feel okay. Now it is okay for me. After 3 glass, I am not going to drink any glass of water. So satisfaction goes on increasing, it goes on decreasing at this stage. And at that stage, you will find that now I am very satisfied. One glass of water, second glass of water, third glass of water. But what was the intensity for first glass? Try to understand. You are very thirsty. In the month of May, there you are going to observe at 12 o'clock in the Rajasthan. You are very thirsty. If you are very thirsty, within very few seconds you are going to complete one glass. You drink very fast first glass of water. Again second glass of water. Again third glass of water. Okay. So the intensity of first glass is very high. First time that is very high intensity is there. But that intensity is not present for second glass. That intensity is not present for third glass. And after this glass, okay, you will take again one glass of water, but the intensity goes on decreasing. Increase in the stock of the thing diminishes with every increase. One glass, again here one glass, again here one glass. Every increase in the stock that he already has. This law, that's why this law is going to explain all these things. It is the reason that this law is very important. Okay. Now, these conditions, now I am going to explain about the assumptions. See, try to understand, every law is based on some assumptions. Even in economics also, some assumptions are there. It is important to understand, with these assumptions only the law can be satisfied. You can find this true nature of that law with help of assumptions. Assumptions are very important. You have to understand the importance of assumptions, and you take assumptions and then you read this law. Then you can find all things are there. Okay, the law is based on some assumptions. There are at least 8 assumptions are there. So I will explain one by one all assumptions. All assumptions are very important. Okay. Now see, I am going to write all assumptions one by one and explain these assumptions. This law is very important. First I draw all the assumptions one by one and I discuss all the points in detail. Now second point, that is about the assumptions. Assumptions of this law. Here one by one I will going to write all the points. Number 1, that is about the rationality. Point number 1, that is about the rationality. Point number 2, that is about the cardinal measurement. Cardinal measurement. Point number 3, that is about the homogeneity. Point number 4, that is about the continuity. Point number 5, that is about the reasonability. Point number 6, that is about the consistency. And point number 7, that is about the divisibility. And last point, that is point about that last point is about the single want. Now all these points, 8 points are there. With the help of these 8 points, we are going to discuss the importance of the law of diminishing utility. Okay, the law, or you can say that this law, the law of diminishing utility, is based on these assumptions. All these assumptions are very important. Okay, now I will explain one by one all the assumptions. Now first, that is about the rationality. What do you mean by rationality? Some points are there, that is, it is called as a behavior is normal. Behavior is normal. See, this point is very important. It is assumed that the consumer is rational, his behavior is normal, and here he tries to maximize his satisfaction. We are always interested to maximize our satisfaction. So it is assumed that the consumer is rational, his behavior is normal. Normal behavior is very important. Rationality, that is, it is going to say that the consumer is very normal in nature and he tries to maximize his satisfaction. We are always interested to maximize our satisfaction. Okay, so consumer is always interested to have more things, more satisfaction. So it is very common thing for a consumer, and it is believed that the consumer should be rational. His behavior is normal, that must be very normal, and he tries to maximize his satisfaction. This is the first principle. That is assumption, that is rationality is there. Rationality should be there. Okay. If rationality is not there, then this law is not going to follow. Okay. Point number 2, that is cardinal measurement. Measurement is possible. That is, suppose 1 glass of water, 2 glass of water, 3 glass of water. Cardinal with the number, we can measure the utility. 1 glass, 2nd glass, 3rd glass. When it is going to diminish, after some time, definitely it is going to diminish. So you can easily count number 1, number 2, number 3. It is, or with help of mathematics, 1, 2, 3, you can measure the cardinal marginal utility. So cardinal measurement is very possible. This is the second assumption. Okay. Point number 3, that is about the homogeneity. All the units of commodity are homogeneous. Homogeneous nature is very important. Homogeneous nature is very important. That is, size, shape, color, taste should be same. Size, color, shape, and taste should be same. If you are going to change all this, suppose size is going to change, again this law is not going to follow. Again, if you are going to change the color, shape, taste, then this law is not going to follow. These things are very important, that is, you should keep. Homogeneity is the main principle. Size, color, shape, and all these should be remain constant. This is third assumption on which the law is based. Point number 4, that is continuity. About, that is, quick succession is there. Continuity is very important. Quick succession is there. That is, there should not be any time lag. Time lag should not be there. See, try to understand what is the meaning of this quick succession. Suppose if you are very thirsty, suppose if I give you one glass of water, only one glass of water, and tomorrow I will ask that I will give you tomorrow second glass of water tomorrow. So there should be some kind of time gap. There should not be time gap. One glass of water, again second glass of water, third glass of water, quick successions, one by one. There should not be any time gap. If time gap is available there, then this law is not going to follow. There should not be time lag. There quick succession should be there, continuity should be there. On this principle, this law is based. Continuity, principle of continuity. Okay. Again, point number 5, that is about that is reasonability. That is, it's called as a, there should be reasonable size. Size should be reasonable. See, when I ask you, suppose if I want tea, the tea should be given in the cup. You are not going to give me tea in a jar or in a bottle. So cup is the size. Size is reasonable. Okay. Suppose I want water. You will give me definitely one glass of water. One glass of water, second glass of water. So size should be reasonable. Then only you can check this law. This law of minimum utilization. Size should not be changed. That is, they are not too big or too small. Too big or too small should not be there. A reasonable size should be there. If glass of water, one glass of water, second glass of water, cup of tea, all these things that easily there is some kind of reasonability is there. Not too big, not too small. This is point number 5. Point number 6, that is about the consistency. Consistency, that consumer, there should not be any kind of change. Consistency, that is about the taste, income, or you can call it as about the income, habit, choices. Income, habit, choices, likes, dislikes. There should not be any kind of change. For a taste of consumer should not be changed, income of consumer should not be changed, habit of consumer should not be changed, choice of good consumer should not be changed, likes should not be changed. Again, that is about the dislikes. All things should be remain constant. The consistency is very important. If these things are going to change, then definitely the law is not going to follow, because law is based on assumptions. All these assumptions are very important. Point number 6, that is consistency. Here you can see there should not be any kind of change. Consumers should have, all things should be there. The taste, income, habit, choice, like, dislikes, all these things should remain constant. Consistency is very important. Okay. Point number 7, that is about the divisibility. That is about the commodity is divisible. Commodity is divisible. You can easily divide that commodity. That is, suppose one glass of water. If I ask you about half glass of water, you can easily give that half glass of water. So divisibility, principle of divisibility should be there. On this principle also, this law is based, law of divisibility. This is also very important assumption, law of divisibility. Okay. And now the last point is about the single want. That is about the single want of a person. Satisfy single want. Single want. Once you can take one glass of water, single want, that is for our single one. Then again for tomorrow you can take second glass of water, third glass of water. Single want, that is when you take something, that is single want should be there. These points, 8 points are very important. So first I explain about the law here, who proposed the law. Second, we discuss about the statement of the law, and that is next, that is assumptions. All assumptions are there. I discuss about the rationality, about the cardinal measurement, about the homogeneity, about the continuity, reasonability, consistency, divisibility, and about the single want. All these points are very important. With the help of this law, with the help of these points, I discuss about the law of divisibility. Now, the next point, that is about the, I will draw here one table, or table should be there. With the help of table, in last lecture I draw a table and one chart. With the help of this table and chart, you can easily understand the law of diminishing utility. Okay. So in next lecture I will